got ourselves a bunch of rogues on Team Blue with Dirk's gonna be not first. It's actually gonna be Christina up first as a feral. We got Kedem in the back. We got ourselves Sadis. We got ourselves Ramaster. Hey, be out of stealth unless you're doing, my man. Appreciate ya. Just so the other team does not get confused. Kragar with a Nazad Trinket popping versus Christina does get opened up on, hitting into them thorns because he's like, you know what, I got that big old Nazad Trinket, massive absorb, and I should be good to go. On Team Red, we got Alfera, we got ourselves Mech, we got ourselves Mova, and we got ourselves Ram. We gotta call him Ram. It's Ramstein? It sounds like Ramstein, like the band, but it's not quite. There's a couple letters that are missing there. There's gonna be Christina versus Kragar brawling out in the middle. And it looks like Christina's actually falling behind on health. Trying to see if he can escape. There's gonna be Stormbolt, maybe a big execute on Kragar on a route. Does go for a fear to Christina. Does also bring in the Nazad Trinket out of this cat. The cat is out of the bag, and now in the bag, all that's left are a bag of tricks for this man. Both of these guys running with the Nazad Trinket. Christina does get away, and that's gonna be full recovery for him. Kragar burned a Stormbolt and a Fear, trying to keep Christina close, feeling confident. This is where I think Kragar needs to have a DPS Trinkets main. He needs to have I think a big blood of the enemy and a big old dressed to get the big one-shots in. Because Fury Warriors, I mean, they could sustain, they could outlive, but sometimes just finishing damage and getting the damage finished in once an enemy has Trinket, that could be tough. So I wonder if Kragar will eventually end up trying out different things. I mean, the damage Trinket, like double damage Trinkets, seems like a good choice when it comes to like ferals, because they just die in a stun. You could do a lot of damage if you get the most damage up and running. Kragar gonna have to take all that thorns damage to the face. Does not even reflect for it. It's gonna get a charge, heal, and mostly trying to heal himself with the Crucible of Flame Essence. The Flame Essence is gonna keep him nice and lively. Try to get some damage back to Christina. But the bleeds and the roots and the kites out of the cat is gonna be huge. It's gonna be able to keep Christina in combat at least. Is he gonna get a charge? He does not. Got him so big sprints in there, man. Look at him. He's just chugging along. Does not get an opener or reset onto Christina. Christina does get the reset there, though. There's gonna be a lot of back and forth. I feel like Kragar needs to get some value damage onto Christina by getting thrown in by Christina, though. Onto Kragar. Goes to Trinket, but I don't really know why Christina trinketed the Stormbolt. Maybe he was expecting for Kragar to go for big damage himself. Thorns are up for Christina. Does Kragar have anything for it? Hoping to have an Azad Trinket available just so he can continue blasting damage to Christina. But looks like the Pharaoh is able to turn around little by little. That big bike play was huge. Save got Trinket proc for Kragar. So this man went super safe for the duels. And that's going to be a Warlock Hellstone used from Mova. The Warlock on his team. Big bite does chunk down Kragar. This is going to be a stun. But a Nazad Trinket comes out for Christina. And Kragar goes for Nazad Trinket himself. Man. I remember, now I'm starting to remember why Blizzard decided to disable the tank, or at least decided to nerf a lot of these tank trinkets. Remember season 2 and everybody running tank trinkets? Fury Warriors, they love that. Stun by Kragar. Does he finally get some damage to Christina? Starting to get some damage to Christina. Might want to bail out of here. It's going to be a Blaze in case roots coming out onto Kragar. Christina landing a bash onto the warrior and looking to get the hell out of this. Kragar have big leap to catch up. Maybe a big leap and a charge. Try to get to the edge of the corner. Not going to happen. Maybe he can charge into the left side. Nope, just gonna have to go for the eyes and see if he can catch up to Christina. That's honestly about all you can do. Christina is given the opportunity perfectly to just catch up on a little bit of health. As we're gonna be hitting that 5-minute mark, boys, the dampening needs to happen for this duel. Otherwise, these boys are just never gonna be able to take each other down. Looks like Kragar tried to pick up eyes, but I don't think he did. Yeah, it looked like he picked up eyes, but I don't know if he actually was able to see Christina. By coming out onto Kragar, is going to have to take the damage into a Nazad Trinket by Christina, I think. Is that what that was? Maybe it was something else. Kragar Nazad Trinket get him burned through pretty quickly. Thorns are up for Christina. Not taking any damage from Kragar. That needs to turn around if Kragar wants to be able to get out of this duel scot-free and victorious. Maim short onto Kragar. Christina going to go for roots. Letting the dots do work. No leap available for Kragar. No leap available into a charge. Just fly to Christina. Able to reconnect. Get himself a big bloodthirst. His dampening is at 4%. Yep, it's going to get only worse and worse. Christina using the Nazad Trinket right now as Kragar is right on top of him. Trying to blast the damage through him. Kraken needs to get himself big burst available with a stun. Does get the stun, but that's going to be a pre-wall for Christina. Actually, Christina is out of walls at this point. No chicken available for Christina either. So it's going to be about 30 seconds or so before that Stormbolt is back up. Maim onto Kraken. He trinkets it. So Christina, if he gets another go into Kraken with DRs, he might actually have it, but this is going to be able to escape out of there. Barely. Actually was taking quite a bit of damage from Kraken, not going to lie. But Christina got himself thorns up and running. Kraken are trying to run out of the bleeds are still rotting him down, and Rage Regen might need to come out. Safeguard Trinket procking in. And Kraken getting a Stormbolt stun onto Christina. Bash coming up on Christina though. Bleeds up on Kraken. Is he just gonna die to the bleeds? No, he got himself the self-heal with Flame, so you should be able to at least get himself managed. Trinket back up for Kraken. Does go for a Blade Storm before Christina lets it open. That's going to be an Azad Trinket for an Azad Trinket. Kraken's still super low in health. He can go for Enrage Regen. He has not used his big button yet. Big charge off the Christina. 20% dampen steel. Continuing to heal. Go cooldowns for Kraken. Trinket Stormbolt into Christina. Christina has Storms. Kraken has been very, very careful not to do too much damage while also healing. Getting Christina super low. And there goes the Rage Regeneration. Try to get the most damage. And Christina might just go down here. And the dots take him down. You gotta tell me you have yourself a Gatik or something, right? Because whatever is doing damage for you, it has the dot, dude. You got some dot damage right there. I mean, to finish off a Feral, that's a big flame and some dots. Kraken get hit with a stun as Sadist, the Survival Hunter, just trying to eagle him down. Fear onto Sadist. Trinket coming out for the Hunter. Bloodthirst by Kraken, but not enough at this high dampening. And Sadist just trading blows with Mech gonna be up next, eating a net in the opener, giving some manic bandages to Sadist. That's gonna be Trapper on the corner. Mech doesn't even walk into it. Barely walks into it. And that's gonna be on top of Sadist, taking a lot of damage from the Demon Hunter. Trying to get a Rooter to him. Big dress by Mech as the Hunter gets too close to him. Turtle coming out for the Hunter, and that's gonna be a Mech super ahead in cooldowns as well as in health. Sadist does hit him with a freezing trap. Drink coming out from Mech with an imprisoned to fall. I think the Demon Hunter has it in the bag as of this moment. 9 minutes into this duel, 28% dampening. Does hit him with a net. Might be able to run him into another trap. This is going to be Iron Trap. A Steel Trap up next. Sadist might be able to get himself a camo. Not going to happen. As the pet gets in combat, Sadist barely any health available. Does he have anything else? Stun onto Mech. Tries to go for manic bandages while he can. Maybe freezing trap to follow. Does he get one off? Got some dots onto the Demon Hunter. Big slappers on the I-beam. That's going to be down with a count for the Hunter. With Dirk's playing out that Outlaw going in next. Is going to try to go for a gouge onto Mech. Not going to happen. As he does Blade Dance out of there. Stun onto the Rogues. Trinket coming out. Parry to follow as Mech. Just trying to see if he can blast through the parry. That's going to be actually interrupt onto the I-beam. And the Demon Hunter just goes airborne. Vanish coming in for Dirk's. Not to deal with this whatsoever. I think for an Outlaw Rogue, this is going to be a little bit better just because you got so much CC chain. As long as you have good cooldowns available in order to get yourself biggest damage out there. Against Mech, who at this point in dampening can't really recover as well in health. He can mostly manage himself. If you give him plenty of time, he will recover. Big dress back into Dirks. It looks like maybe Mech has a better dressing gath. It's a stronger version of the Trinket. Dirks does get himself a huge heal. Even though 35% dampening. Plunder Armor coming out. Does he have the big go? Is going to get hit in the prison. This is most damage for him right now. Needs to get a big stun into Mech. Huge damage maybe right here. Does he get a big Reaping Flame? Does some. And is going to grapple hook out of there. Probably should have saved the dress for the big Plunder Armor because that is increased with Plunder Armor. That's going to be a sap at the Mech, but Darius does eat a bleed for Blade Dance. Might still be able to get himself a reset here? Maybe. Does get himself a reset and a resap. And him versus Mech is having to open up with a cheap shot. Stun to follow right after. Does he still play more for death, by the way? It's going to be a stun by the Demon Hunter. I-beam into Dirks with a big old Blade Dance as the kill spree comes in. And Dirks just messed around. He decided to do kill spree dancing with the Demon Hunter who's just going to be dancing on top of him. Is that going to be a Remaster next to Cat? It looks like it is going to be a Remaster up next. I think an Assassination Rogue. I think the Assassin Rogue should have an easier time versus Mech, though. A much easier time. Oh, I like the glaives, how both of them are blue like that. It looks like Dark, the other Demon Hunter that has a gushing build. I wonder how many gushes this man is running. That's always a question. How many gushes does a Demon Hunter run? Get a shot onto Mech. Does have a Trinket for a big stun and dress reversal onto Remaster, who is playing Sub Rogue, not Assassination. That's going to make it that much harder for him. Does go for a Vanish. Still has a lot of cooldowns available to beat a Demon Hunter. As long as he has himself a good solid go with Dance, he still might be able to take down Mech. No blur available for the Demon Hunter, and as long as he can get the opener. Cheap shot comes in into the Nightblade. Shadow Blades. Big blow to the enemy. Does he go for a big go? Bike. Big eviscerate. Kidney shot. Cheap shot again. Evasion is up for a master. Does get hit with a stun. No cloaker shot is available for that one ahead. It's going to be a stun into an imprisoned by Mech in order to get more CC chains under a master. That's going to be blind by the rogue. Immolation aura is up for Mech. Does her master get himself a clean reset? I don't know if he does or doesn't. Does get it at the very end. Mech does not have a lot of health. Blur coming up very, very soon. As long as her master has the cooldowns in order to finish this, he might be able to do it. Big blow to the enemy down. No more bike Trinket. Dress still available and does have enough. Taking down Mech out of the game. Next is probably going to be Mova. Yeah, as Team Red is finally starting to see some people coming out and getting taken down. Man, the duel versus Christina and Kragar took so long, and now these boys are having to play at such low dampening, but then again, the games are super, super quick. It looks like our master might just have to chill in stealth until there's some cooldowns available, but I don't think Mova is going to go anywhere. What's up, Lord? How you doing, my man? How's it going, my boy? How you doing, my man? Hey, man, just getting some duels up and running. You want to join? What about does Outlaw have? Both sides Monkey knows. So those are the, Gino, those are the Mage Tower challenge mode. Not available in the game anymore. Like, you can't get them now. The only way to get him is to have played in Legion and done the Mage Tower challenge, and they've gotten the skin. I think you have the OG version of them. There's some reskins you can get. I think once you have them, once you have the weapons, you can still get the reskins. But if you don't have the weapon to begin with, yeah, there's no way of getting it now. I wonder if they'll bring Mage Tower challenges back in at some point. You know? I was really hoping they would bring Mage Tower in BFA. But Shadowlands, I think, would be the time to do it. Some sort of a Mage Tower challenge so you can get some cool cosmetics. Because now you have Covenants and you can have all like gear. And maybe like a specific back piece that would be cool. That'd be nuts. Mova getting hit with a cheap shot. That's going to be sucked by CC. Immediately as the blood of the enemy comes in, Rogue is going to Trinket for it. Big dress into Mova. And Mova is going to port out of there immediately. Needs to get the biggest damage onto a Remaster. He's going to go for a smoke bomb. Mova is dropping down an Infernal, but a Cloaker Shadows comes out for the Rogue. And he's going to be able to sprint out of this scot-free. As Mova has some bursts available. He's going to be attacked by the demons though. And it looks like Mova is trying to make his way over to Remaster. The Rogue has advantage if he needs to shadow step. Kidney shot onto Mova is going to bike him. Kidney shot's going to be cheap shots back to back. Does catch himself a advantage though at the last second. It's going to have Immolate rolling on him. Miracle Flag, dot rolling. Big Chaos Bolt onto Remaster into a horror effect. I think Mova is going to be able to take him down with a Shot of Fury. No, dodges Shot of Fury, but still going to die to an Immolate, which is super unfortunate for Remaster. Very, very unfortunate. Mova going to be up versus Kadam. Last man on Team Blue. Wall coming up for Mova, trying to get some big damage in. Does he have the big Chaos Bolt still? I don't know if he has buffered or not. Big dress coming out for Ked as Fears are getting spammed up onto the Hunter. And Nomova is going to be able to catch Scatter around the corner. He's going to send Eagles flying. Drain life is not enough to sustain you. So CC comes out onto Ked. He Trinkets out of it. He has himself the winning strategy, and that is throw Eagles behind the corner. With Ram going to be up next, getting the big pets up and running. The full army of the dead rolling up into Ked. Trinkets out of the freezing trap. Knows he goes to get himself a win right then and there. Does not want to give the Hunter a chance to escape. Turtle Shell, it's going to be forced with Manic Bandages. Barely any healing at 65% dampening. Ked does not have enough tools in order to survive this. Unless he can go for some mad CC onto Ram and just get himself acceleration and just continue running as long as he can kite him. Unless he got anything for it. He needs a tool right now. Otherwise, he's just done for the count AMS. He's going to stop at the freezing traps and down he goes. Man, Christina had to burn in 9 million damage into your boy Kragar. And the Kragar that won, right? Oh my god. Kragar just heals so much. Kragar's just a heal god. I guess the Nazat Trinket helps out too, yeah? Man, that's tough. That is rough to deal with. That was a long duel, boys. A really long duel. Alright, let's get another one going, yeah?